Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Ms. Humbert here, and today we're going to be doing Unit 8, Notes 4. So we're going to be talking about areas of sectors and circles. So previously we learned about how to find the area of a circle. Now we're just going to learn how to find just a portion of a circle. And so if you remember, if you think back to when we talked about a length, way back in Unit 7 when we were doing about circles, if we wanted to find that arc length, what we did is we took the length, not the area, the length of that side length, thinking back to Unit 7, is equal to the degree measure of that angle divided by 360 times pi times the diameter. Well, if you remember correctly, pi times the diameter is referencing the circumference. So basically what we did is we took the degree measure of it divided by 360 and multiplied it by the circumference to get the length. So now to get the area, it's really going to be a lot of the same thing. We're going to take the degree of that angle divided by 360, except this time, instead of multiplying it by the circumference, to get the area of that sector, we're going to multiply it by the area. So the area is equal to x divided by 360, and now we're going to multiply it times the area of the circle. Now remember that the area of the circle is pi r squared. So to get the area of just this segment here, we're going to take the degree measure, divide it by 360, and then multiply it times pi r n squared. Okay, so that's kind of the formula that we're going to be using today. So let's take a look at number 5. So first of all, I see that the area of the shaded sector is 148 degrees. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that 148 degrees and divide it by 360. Then I want to take that fraction and I want to multiply it by pi and the radius squared. So I'm just going to take an extra step out to simplify that. So then I have 148 divided by 360. Well, 6 squared is going to be 36. So then I end up having 36 pi on the outside. Now I'm ready to type this in my calculator. So I'm going to do 148 divided by 360 times 36 pi. And then what you end up getting is 46.50 and then meters squared. Okay, so that's the area. Remember, when we talk about area, you always want to square your unit. And so that's the area of this part right here, just that sector, not the area of the whole circle. Let's do the same for number 6 here. Okay, so apparently we're starting at number 5 today. That's cool. We can handle that. So we have an angle of 53 degrees. So we're going to take 53 and we're going to divide that by 360. So 53 divided by 360. Then we want to take that and multiply that times pi times the radius squared. Okay, so now let's go ahead again, take a step to simplify that out. So we have 53 divided by 360. 4 squared is 16. So then we're going to be multiplying it by 16 pi. So 53 divided by 360 times 16 pi, well, that's going to give us 7.4. Remember, I do suggest you type this in your calculator along with me so that you can make sure that you're doing it right. And then we want to label it. So I see in my original problem that my label is feet. So I'm going to label this as feet and then squared. Okay? Next, let's go ahead and let's take a look at number 7. Now, number 7 is tricky because we want to know this entire length. Well, we know that this part is 65 degrees. Well, since that part is 65 degrees, think about it this way. Circle has to add up to 360 degrees. So that area is just going to be, or that length, degree measure is going to be 360 minus 65 degrees. So when you do that, you're going to end up getting 295 degrees. Okay, so when you do that, excuse that bouncing thing on the bottom, I apologize, that's annoying. So then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put that in. So we're going to do 295 divided by 360. Then we're going to do that times pi, and then I notice again that our radius is 11, so that's going to be 11 squared. So then we're going to have 295 divided by 360 times 121 pi. So then we can go ahead and we can type all of that into our calculators. And when we do that, we get 311.50. Again, be careful of your rounding. Okay, then you're going to get inches and you're going to square it. All right, 2 more problems now. So let's take a look at number 8. So for number 8, I want to figure out these measure lengths. Well, this angle is a vertical angle to this angle. So that angle is going to be 360. So now I need to figure out what these guys are going to be. So let's just call these angle X. Okay, that's the degree measure. So 2x, because that's x and x, plus 130 plus 130 has to add up to 360 degrees. So then we're going to get 2x plus 260 is equal to 360. Subtract 260 from both sides, and you end up getting 2x is equal to 100. Divide both sides by 2, and you get that x is equal to 50. So then what we know is that each of these are 50 degrees. So now we're going to go ahead and we are going to use that to figure out what that shaded region is. Now what I notice is that there's 2 of them. So first I'm going to calculate this out. So I have 50 divided by 360 times pi, times pi, times our radius squared. Our radius squared. So, but there's 2 of them, so I need to multiply that twice. So we can go ahead and plug that in our calculators. So I'm going to just simplify it out one more step. That should be 50 and then 9 pi. So you can go ahead and you can type all of that into your calculators. And when you do that, you end up getting 7.85, and then our label is meters, so we're going to square it. Again, I do want you guys to try typing this in your calculators yourself so that you can make sure you are doing it correctly. Okay, next, let's go ahead and let's take a look at this last one. So we want to figure out this area. Okay, well, let's think about it. So we basically have 2 circles. So if I take the big circle and I subtract the area of the smaller circle, that's what's going to give me that shaded region. So I notice that this is the radius. So the diameter is 9.5. So the length of the radius is going to be 4.5. So the radius of the big circle is 4.5. So the area of the big circle is going to be 4.5 squared times pi. Now let's figure out the area of the little circle. Well, I want to figure out this radius. What I notice is these 2 little dashes mean those 2 are the same length. So each of those lengths is 1/2 of 4.5. So this guy right here is 2.25. So that length right there is 2.25. So then the area of the small circle is 2.25 squared times pi, because that's the radius of the smaller circle. So now to get the area of the shaded region, we're going to take the big circle, its area, and we're going to subtract the area of the smaller circle. So I'm going to do 4.5 squared pi minus 2.25 squared pi. And so we're going to go ahead and we are going to subtract those. And when you subtract those, you end up getting 47.71 centimeters squared. Okay, again, calculating that on your own will help. So that concludes your note video today. Go ahead and show me your completed note sheet when you're done. Thanks for listening.